Hello, dear soul, and welcome to the Lightbearer's Library. My name is Kate Harmony. Over the last couple of journal entries, we've been talking about why New Year's resolutions fail idealists. And it's because they're based on external metrics and external timing. So even though we've shifted our focus towards internal goals and intrinsic goals of, say, self-love, self-trust, healing, our own personal projects, the reality is that at some point there comes a moment where we want to give up. We want to give up on that project. We want to give up on our healing. We want to give up on ourselves. Why? I think it's because we're missing one piece. It's the secret to not quitting. And it's not just embracing the internal goals as opposed to extrinsic goals. It's about developing what I call an idealist's mindset. And it's this philosophy that will keep us from giving up. And it's what has stopped me from giving up on Lightbearer's Library. And it's thanks to that I now have 100 subscribers. So if you're here and subscribed, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. So I think that there's two main reasons why we usually give up as idealists. It's like the first is because we have this perfect vision, this perfect, ideal of that we're working towards. And when we start on the journey, or we, initially, usually it's about when we're starting, it can never match up to reality. The thing is that we suck. Sometimes we probably suck at doing the project, or it's hard, or just it doesn't feel like it's gonna get us to where our vision is going. So we think I'm bad at this, and we give up. The second thing that I think we do as idealists is that, we are focused on internal, intrinsic meaning, but when the extrinsic metrics are not there, when there's low subscribers, low views, when the weight isn't falling off, or we're feeling like, our self-love talk, we're actually being meaner than ever, or whatever it is that we're aiming towards, it feels like our effort doesn't match the vision, and we can lose motivation there as well. So it's like, no one cares, So this is where the idealist's mindset comes in. So there's three things. The first thing is that we need to focus on the action taking as opposed to our ideal of where we're going. Embrace the suck, embrace the ugly, the first draft. It's about completing that thing as opposed to perfection. I always think about 85%. My husband and I are both idealists and perfectionists. So getting things to 85% has been our motto for what we've done. So it's kind of like, when it's 85%, ship it, post it, whatever it is that you're doing. So it's about practice. And, the first ones suck. And, it's like, anyway, focusing on the action is key. 2 is to stay focused on the meaning, the internal metric versus external metrics. So what I ask for myself is, if this video, if this journal entry touches one person, if it helps one person feel seen, heard, helps them to move through feeling whatever they're feeling that day, has it been worth me sitting here and making this? It's like, yes, the answer as an idealist is absolutely, right? And if it's a personal project about, you're wanting to get healthy or practice making better boundaries with people or whatever, it's about, focusing on the practice that you're getting one step closer to your health goals, to, whatever it is. So, for here at the Lightbearer's Library, I'm always focused on, every journal entry that I make, every video that I make is one more video on my library shelf, right? It's something that I can control versus counting views, subscribers, whatever. The external metrics is not something I can control. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing is about what is the tiniest step that you can take, what is the minimum action that you can take every day towards your vision, your ideal? Is like we give up when things are too hard to maintain doing every day, so we want to plan for success by seeing what is the minimum action that we can do every day, and then we can do it and accomplish it even on the days when we feel severely unmotivated, or there's all sorts of things that come up, that would sort of push us to not do it. So when I wanted to start building a daily yoga practice, it was like, okay, I set it at the bar so low, I set it at 5 minutes a day, right? I just have to roll out my mat and do 5 minutes. Easy, right? And now I'm at, half an hour, 35, 40, 45 minutes, depending on how tired or how much time I have in the day. Is like, it just started with 5 minutes. When I wanted to start a daily journal practice back in my 20s, it was like, okay, I started with, all I have to do is write one sentence every day. Easy, right? Who doesn't have time to write one sentence? So and then with Lightbearer's Library, even on the days I don't film, I'm always doing something towards, my vision. I'm thinking about titles, or I'm thinking about, topics, or whatever it is. So what is that one thing that you can do every day that will move you towards your ideal, and that is so tiny, so like ridiculously simple, that is like, oh, I could do that in my sleep. It's all about consistency, right? So it's not our visions or projects that fail. It's our mindsets that fail. So if you're ready to cultivate a resilient, idealist mindset, please subscribe to the Lightbearer's Library. Because even though we stay focused on the internal metrics, the external metrics are nice to have too. So if this resonated with you, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up. And if you're feeling brave and bold, please comment in below with what is it that you're envisioning for your life, and what is that one tiny step that you can take every day towards it to help it become a reality in this world. Okay, well, I'm wishing you so many blessings. Signing off for today, XOXO, Kate.